Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome or welcome back. My name's Betty Joy and I make travel videos, specifically family travel videos, and actually this is my 20th video, so yay! I have 10 subscribers, 20 videos. Let's see how many more subscribers we can get. Yeah, keep watching for 10 tips for flying with a toddler. These are the kind of tips that are probably uncommon. You know, there's all like eat snacks, take snacks, all those kinds of things which are very important, but these are kind of ones that I think maybe people won't tell.
On a plane.
You went on a plane?
Yeah. I went on a plane.
You did, you sure did. So today we have 10 tips for surviving a plane trip with a toddler. Not only surviving it, but hopefully thriving on it as well and being okay when you get there. So number one starts before you even leave the home. So make sure to leave enough nappies so that when you get back you've got nappies, because believe me, you're going to want nappies when you get home and you're not going to want to rush to the shops, particularly if you've had a big flight, a big drive home, and it might be late at night or whatever. So make sure you're not scouting through other old nappy bags trying to find an old nappy that you can somehow tie onto your child. Number two is check in online before you get to the airport. You might have to check in some bags or that kind of thing, but you can go in a separate line. It will be much quicker than trying to get through all of the lineups and everything getting to check in. It also means that you can find a seat sooner. So when you're checking in, try and get a seat that's as close to the front of the plane as possible so that you can get off the plane as quick as possible. What do you think of that?
Good.
Smile! The third thing is security. Have a system or a plan to get you through security. Don't get flustered by other passengers. They have all should have allowed their appropriate time to get through security too. So have a plan. For us, it was me dealing with this one coming through security and Jamie did the technology and the liquids. It just makes it so much quicker. You're not both fighting over or trying to do everything. If you've got two people going through or travelling with you, then that's how you should do that, because believe me, you don't want to be fussing about security when you're there. So number four is board the flight with the priority boarding. Some people say get on the plane very last. I disagree. I think it's better to get on the plane, get sorted, and for me this ties in with tip number 5, which is spray and wipe everything. I just take a small little cosmetic spray. You can just get at most chemists, a little spray bottle that you can take through security, so make sure it's under 100 mils, and then you can just spray your whole area, the tray tables, the remote controls, screens, armrests, window shades, just anything like that that you're likely to touch. You saw the mountains on the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. So because we had 3 people travelling with us, we just had the like a full row, so we had a window seat, a middle and an aisle seat, so that was really good because it meant that we could all change around.
I didn't stand up on seat.
Well, we don't stand up on seats, do we? Number 6 is make friends with the flight attendant. Like, this is probably pretty simple, or but just be really nice to people around you. The flight attendants can give you things like extra milk for your child. They can give you activity packs or kids packs or extra snacks if you need them. But if you're saying like, oh, I need this, my kid needs that, like, they're just not going to be helpful. So just try and be friendly, as you are anyway. So number 7, I think we're up to. Number 7 is relax on the plane. You paid just as much for your flight as everybody else on the plane, so you deserve to be there as much as anybody else. So don't feel guilty, don't get that mummy guilt or the daddy guilt or whatever. Just stick with your plan and you know, just don't stress too much, just relax, enjoy your flight. You know, you're going to have drunks on the plane that are going to be much more obnoxious than a crying baby, because let's be honest, most people will feel just really bad for you if your child is like crying or that kind of thing. They're not going to be like, control your child. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, that poor family. So just keep that in mind and don't feel bad for being there. You know, you've got just as much right as anybody else. Number 8 comes into what little Miss was just talking about, is get your kids in good habits. Doesn't matter if you're going to fly once a year or once every 5 years or more often than that or less often. Try and get your kids in good habits of flying. In as much as don't let them run up and down the aisle, because I think that's just really disrespectful and annoying to other passengers. I think that's a no-brainer anyway. It goes along with don't stand on the seats, stuff like that. And also, don't be afraid to tell other travellers what you expect of your child. We were on a flight from Manchester to Prague, and there was this lady, I'm sure she was lovely, but she was really annoying. She was trying to touch Ivy and being like, oh, you know, oh, is this your first flight? And yeah, she was trying to talk to Ivy May and interact with her and that kind of thing, which is perfectly fine, except for the fact that I was wanting Ivy May to calm down. It was a night flight. I wanted her to sleep, and this lady kept, you know, talking to her and being like, oh, this is so exciting. And I just said to the lady, like, you know, actually, you know, this is what we're expecting of our child right now. And, you know, she understood and was fine with it. So yeah, just be aware of what's going on around you, and just sort of making other people aware that you're not interrupting with them and they're also not interrupting with you. So that's perfectly fine to just tell them, you know, what you're expecting of your child at that moment. And she was fine with it. Like, it was nice and it wasn't rude, but, you know, you can say it in a nice way. Number 9 is about electronics. So get noise restricting or noise reduced headphones, your headphones, and make sure that the kids wear them at all times. Like, you're trying to teach your kid to have good etiquette on a plane, so don't let them just sit there with the iPad up full volume with their games or kids entertainment, that kind of thing, because it's really annoying to other people, and I just don't think it's appropriate. By all means, let them play with it, but keep their little earphones on. I know that can be a bit controversial. I've heard other people say, oh, you know, the noise of the plane will drown it out. Yeah, that's okay if you're the mum or you're travelling with that child, but if you're, you know, a parent that's not travelling with your child, or if you're another passenger who's not used to children, and you know, you've got your kids' volume up and they've got Dora the Explorer playing and all these different things, it's kind of annoying for other people.
Dora too.
Yeah, did you watch Dora on the plane?
Yes.
Yes. And the other thing is number 10.
And the dragon.
The dragon?
Dragon on Dora.
Oh, do you want to sit up here?
No.
Have a little cuddle? This is the last one and then we'll turn it off.
Yeah.
You want to sit there?
Yeah.
Okay.
My door.
On your stool. Number 10 is to support each other and to help each other out. So it can be really draining for everybody travelling. So you've got through security, you've got onto the plane, you've got you're on the plane. Work out a system of whether one parent has the child for half of the flight and then swap over and let the other one rest and go on the flight, or whether you want to both tackle it together, or whatever you do. Come up with a system that is going to work for you, so that it's not all down to one parent taking care of the child or the other one resting, unless that is your plan, because when you get off the other side, the other parent might be driving or something like that, in which case let that person rest. So come up with a plan that works for you, that's communicating, that's going to work, so that everybody knows what's happening and so that everybody can have an enjoyable flight and start to a beautiful holiday, or a really nice end to the holiday that you've had. So they're my 10 tips for surviving a flight with a toddler, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video, and leave a comment of what your tips are, what I've forgotten, because I'm sure there are so many things that could have been said in this video. I wanted to keep it short, so hopefully it's not too long, and hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. See you later.